This is OnlyFans.
How would you feel about your daughter doing sex work?
So I would be supportive if my daughter chose to do anything with her life as long as we're not hurting anyone.
I did OnlyFans, and I am ashamed at the behavior I've done. I thought it was cool, but all these females that you guys look up to in the industry, the media pushes you, they're all miserable.
Girls who are like 17, who literally when they're about to turn 18 are promoting it, being like, hey, my 18th birthday, this is about to drop. Like, that's crazy and kind of disturbing.
My mental health since I've started this has just slowly been on such a decline. I feel a little bit dead inside.
You see these OnlyFans creators and in people's Instagram bios will be advertising, I'm in the top 1%. And I'm like, so you're in for $3,000?
There are women that try to sign women up just to get a referral from them.
Wait, there's a referral program through it?
To sign women.
No.
Since its launch in 2016, OnlyFans has paid its creators over $20 billion. It turned everyday people into millionaires overnight, bypassing Hollywood, agencies, and gatekeepers.
My first month on OnlyFans, I made 87 grand.
Oh my.
Every month was like, how can I top last month? That was my brain. I fed off of that thought. You're a puppet. You're literally a pimped out puppet, and your pimps are your subscribers.
Woo! More than just a business success, OnlyFans has changed culture itself, redefining sex work, blurring moral lines, and even reshaping power dynamics in relationships. Why did this platform explode while others failed? How did it manage to attract celebrities, influencers, and even nurses, teachers, and moms? We're gonna break it all down in this video: the psychology, the economics, and the unfiltered truth about the rise of OnlyFans. So look, pornographic content has been around since the beginning of time, with historians reporting, caveman etchings on the walls a long time ago. This has existed for millennia. Media changed everything with the proliferation of VHS and DVDs, and now this kind of content became much more accessible than it previously was. Then along came the internet and smartphones, making pornography the 3 A's: affordable, accessible, and anonymous. And just like that, pornography became a $100 billion industry. A few years ago, everybody predicted that virtual reality was going to be the next big thing in the adult industry. Turns out, they were wrong. In 2016, Tim Stokely founded OnlyFans to help performers monetize their content and their interactions with their fans on one condition: no pornography. That's right, if you can believe it, OnlyFans started by banning explicit content on its platform. But after nearly 2 years of trying to attract musicians and influencers, Stokely lifted the ban to expand the platform and its reach. Little did he know, a global catastrophe was just around the corner that was going to leave millions alone to their own devices. But the COVID-19 pandemic isn't the reason that OnlyFans is a billion-dollar company today. In fact, long before the pandemic, OnlyFans unlocked a very dangerous formula. Addiction research suggests that when somebody compulsively views pornography or engages in sexual activity at an addictive level, there's more that meets the eye. Both and addiction at their core are a search for intimacy. The more disconnected you feel, the more appealing pornography becomes. For decades, men and women have sought for connection through explicit content: a picture, a video, or a story. As the industry started to explode in the early 2000s, so did their events, because at an event you could meet the actresses that you watched, you could get them to sign something, and maybe you'd even get a little flirt or a little interaction with them if you were lucky. OnlyFans took these rare one-off in-person interactions and made them every day. See, you don't just get content to consume with a platform like this, you get experiences. And for its users that are often connection starved, this is irresistible. Now, before we move on, let me show you something really interesting. A study from the Archives of Sexual Behavior in 2022 showed that of the 300 million OnlyFans users, most of them are white, married men who identify as heterosexual, bisexual, or pansexual. Married men make up a majority of OnlyFans users. Now, let me ask you something. Do you think these men are in thriving, healthy marriages full of intimacy? Probably not. This is why OnlyFans is so powerful. It's tapping into its users' fundamental need for connection and intimacy. Now, when COVID-19 did eventually lock everybody down at home, these married men were locked and stuck at home as well. And so were the actresses. So celebrities started to create their own OnlyFans pages as a way to kind of monetize their audiences while events were on hold. The platform grew so rapidly that in April 2021, OnlyFans made it onto Time's 100 most influential businesses list. And while celebrities did drive a lot of the platform's growth early on in the pandemic, the platform has grown so much that it's churning out its own celebrities just from OnlyFans itself. And the drama is coming along with it.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet. Sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, like it's not like normal sex at all.
Liliana Phillips made waves when she decided to sleep with 100 guys in 12 hours. The whole thing was documented, and as it started to gain traction, she started to get more press. And she decided she was gonna one-up herself. Instead of 100 guys in 12 hours, she was gonna sleep with 1,000 guys. And this audacious claim put her on the map around the world. But somebody beat her to the punch.
Bonnie says she's not doing anything illegal and doesn't sleep with anyone under the age of 18, but her critics say the men she's targeting are too young to understand the repercussions of what they're doing.
So is she just a content creator making money or a dangerous predator who should be stopped?
Bonnie Blue was another creator on the platform who used to be good friends with Liliana. In fact, she claims that she gave Liliana the idea to sleep with 1,000 guys in 12 hours. And instead of complaining about her stealing her idea, she just went out and did it herself. Bonnie Blue slept with 1,057 men in 12 hours, beating her friend or her ex-friend Liliana to the punch and skyrocketing to fame as a result. Now, while the two actresses are no longer friends, their popularity, their notoriety, and their wealth continue to skyrocket because of the drama that's unfolded from their professional endeavors. If we consider that connection is the main reason that people will engage with an adult content platform, and we know that OnlyFans is providing a level of intimacy and connection unparalleled to any other platforms out there, we have a problem. For starters, OnlyFans is a great example of the rich getting richer. In fact, there's tons of headlines about certain actresses making millions of dollars, but they're in the 0.01%. The average OnlyFans creator earned $1,300 in the year 2024. Not enough to live on, not enough to even buy yourself something nice. But the pursuit of riches and fame doesn't stop these women from engaging on the platform, making content, and sometimes going to abnormally extreme lengths to get the clicks, to get the views, and to get the money. According to the US Sun, an OnlyFans actress by the name of Anna Pauley was found on the ground floor of a courtyard of a hotel because she fell off the balcony while filming an intense scene for her OnlyFans audience. These kinds of stories, as ridiculous as they are becoming more common by the day. Secondly, the users will continue to become more and more addicted, not to the content, but to the connection. And this is going to cause the demise of more marriages, more relationships, and more lives as a result. Another dangerous part of OnlyFans is the lack of regulation. There are hundreds of cases and suits and claims that have been lobbied against the platform for the exploitation of minors. And as a matter of fact, the Bonnie Blue video of her sleeping with 1,057 guys in 12 hours had tons of minors in it. And once this was flagged by enough people, the video did get taken down by the platform. But many slipped through the cracks.
It's a large house where some very young female OnlyFans creators are living and creating their OnlyFans content. And they've recently come under fire for having a 17-year-old influencer over and creating content. This has obviously created a ton of online drama and conversation, and I didn't know if I was gonna cover this story, but I went down the rabbit hole anyways, and in the rabbit hole found something so sinister and so crazy that it must be talked about.
Worst of all, tons of young girls and women are aspiring to make their millions on OnlyFans, glamorizing sex work, redefining what a woman should and shouldn't do with her body, and creating a digital footprint that cannot be erased in the process. Many OnlyFans creators have regretted ever creating the page and posting any content, with some of them trying to change their name, change their identity, and sadly, some of them even taking their lives prematurely. So the big question is, did OnlyFans change the world for the better or for worse? And personally, as somebody who's working with men in particular that are struggling with these addictive tendencies, I don't see any good coming out of this platform. I see all the negative, and then you look at the drama with the actresses, you look at the redefinition of what a woman is and what it looks like to be a healthy woman in society. You think about the impression this is making on our young girls who are going to grow up to be women in this society. I just don't see anything that's really overall positive about this. I'm sure there's little shreds of it somewhere in there, but on the whole, as long as OnlyFans continues to rise in popularity, gain more users, make more money, we are going to continue to clean up the mess that it leaves behind in our schools, in our children, and in our families and homes. OnlyFans is changing everything, but have you ever wondered what happens if you go in the other direction? I went 9 years without fapping, and the results were unbelievable. Click the video on your screen to see what happened. It just might change your life too.